phone right over here. June. Going to be going live on YouTube. I'm going to. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Right back. What's up, everyone? I hope everyone had a very proactive or insightful weekend this past weekend. And if you guys are watching here on Instagram, if you come over to the YouTube streaming platform, if you guys have a question, I'll go ahead and do my very best to give you an answer to that question. But right now, what I'm going to be doing, guys, I'm going to be sharing my screen with you to show you some insightful information that's extremely transparent about my photo booth business. And I'm going to show you guys the Google. I'm going to show you guys my website, and then I'm going to show you guys my booking site as well, because it all follows these analytics that if you start diving into, you guys can probably get much better results. So let's go ahead and dive into it right away. I'm going to share my screen here with you guys. Give me 1 second while I share my screen with you guys. We have Rudy in the house. We have Thunder 360 photo booths in the house today. We got Sam in the house. We got Elite 360 in the house as well. So I'm going to just go through this really fast. And then later on, this video will be uploaded to YouTube, and you guys can kind of review this stuff that I shared with you. Like I said, this is very, very insightful stuff. I want to do things that other people are not doing. And so here we go. Let me go ahead and share my entire screen with you guys. Okay, first things first, guys. I am going to go into one of my campaigns. As you can see that this campaign right here, I'm only spending $10 a day for this campaign. This campaign is getting me about 272 clicks every 30 days. So that's 270 clicks to the actual website. That's my landing page. That's my main website. And each click is costing me about 67 cents, which is super extraordinary when it comes to Google Analytics, Google marketing, and campaigns. The cost per click is a big deal. Next thing is I'm going to go onto my website. And on my website, you guys can see that within the last 30 days, we had 1,800 visitors. And for me, the important part right here is going to be, oh, by the way, I didn't even slow down to check. Can you guys hear me? If you guys can hear me, can you guys just press 1 on your keyboard really quick? I just want to make sure you guys can hear me, because I forgot to ask you guys in the beginning. Let me see. I'm just waiting for the folks over on the YouTube platform. If you guys can hear me. Yeah, okay, you guys can hear me. All right, let's go right back into it. I'll go back a little bit. So I was saying, for the Google Ads, one campaign is giving me 272 clicks every 30 days. You guys can see up here, and my cost for that is $181 within the last 30 days. But I'm getting 272 clicks to the website. Now, when people go to my website, I want to make sure that my website is capturing some of the information that's going to be extremely valuable to me, especially knowing that we have a budget in place for our photo booth business. As you guys can see, if we go to paid search, 21.6% of the traffic came from paid search, meaning Google campaigns send 21.6% of visitors to my website, okay? And then there's direct, which is very close to the same amount. It's 20%, 0.3. And then we have organic search as here as well. But for right now, I want to focus on paid search because some of you guys are extremely ambitious or are probably barely getting started in the business and want to hit the ground running and get a lot of leads quickly. So you guys are willing to set a budget for your campaign. So this is paid search, okay? 21% came over to my website. And so the next thing that I want to check is what pages, right? So if you guys look right over here where it says check availability, the check availability page is this page right here. This is where folks go in, they put their event date, they put what service they're interested in, whether it's a 360 booth or the photo booth, and then they'll put their name and email so that they can get the photo booth offers sent directly to their email. This is the check now availability page. What this means for me is that 385 people went over to the check availability page, but not all 385 people for those 30 days within the calendar, within the month, actually submitted the form. So I want to get more information. So what I did is, out of the 385 people who actually viewed the check availability page, it could be people that came randomly from YouTube, from Instagram, and are not really looking to book. So they just wanted to check out the check availability page. But when I come right over here to the HoneyBook, I can see that for those 30 days, there was forms sent out, meaning that people actually clicked the check availability page and put in their information. And as you can see that the rate more or less is 9%. So 9% out of everyone that submits a check availability form, they actually booked. So since I switched over to HoneyBook, I noticed that when I went over for Wix, you guys can start seeing that the numbers started growing, right? So files sent in September, 60 people wanted to fill out the check availability form. So 60 people got it. So out of that 60 people, we got 8 bookings. What does that translate to? Well, the booking rate you can see is 13%, which isn't bad. So if you guys can keep your booking rate up past 10%, that's a pretty good spot. 13 is good. We dropped a little lower in October. We sent out 44 proposals, and out of those 44 proposals, 5 people booked. So this is going to tie in back into your campaigns. So the more traffic you send over to your website, the more likely people are going to book if you have a solid landing page. The thing is right now, guys, it's business is getting really aggressive and you have to set a budget. This is only one budget for one campaign. I have other campaigns that I'm adding that are going to be cost effective, that are going to drive way more traffic to my website. Now, the conversions, I want to make another video specifically for conversions. Let me go back to this page right over here, guys. I want to make another video specifically based on conversions and how I plan to get a higher conversion rate so that I don't have a lot of traffic going to waste. So one of the things that I'm planning on is, of course, coming up with a better landing page on my website, something that the people can really relate to versus just seeing photos of random strangers. So if you guys already have camera gear, when you guys are at these events, and I'll give you guys, I think I might have an example here for you guys, but then again, the videos don't look so great when I'm sharing my screen. So this will be a separate video, but create a video of you presenting your actual production. Talk about what you have to offer. Take people that are watching on a journey with you while you guys are already on site. This means that you guys are going to have to get there earlier. This means that you guys are going to have to pay a photo booth director or an attendant to be at the event to make sure that you guys capture them in action, and then that frees you up to actually record and promote your business. So these are some of the tools and some of the ideas I'm going to be implementing into my business so that I can have a higher conversion rate when it comes to closing. Because as you guys can see previously from the screen that I showed you, the max was 13% conversion rate, which isn't too bad. Now, we can always jump into videos that are going to allow us to really break down the cost for per conversion. And so with what I mean by that, here, I think I can actually show you guys an example of what I mean by the cost per conversion. So I have a campaign that I launched, and right here, my cost to conversion is $24. So this is for every person that actually fills out the form. It's costing me around $24 to get that conversion. So that's something that you guys also want to deduct from the profit margin for your event that's booked. So this is what I mean by, as you guys are really taking your business very serious and want to scale your business, this is the primary reason why you guys really have to figure out the infrastructure, the pricing, and basically your overall lifestyle that you want to live as a photo booth business owner. Okay, you want to do high volume, very low profits, drop down your prices as low as possible, and I guarantee you're going to get booked, but it's going to be a crazy lifestyle. It's going to be stressful. If you guys want to go somewhere in between in the middle, that's great. If you guys want to be a premium company, that's great. But just got to make sure that you guys bring it and you guys are prepared to execute on your business's promise. Most importantly, make sure that your view, your goal, your long-term vision for the business is realistic. Okay, so wanted to slow down and take the time to show you guys some of the insight as far as what's going on with my business. I want to show you percentages. I wanted to show you how many clicks I was getting. I wanted to show you where the traffic is coming from, so that if you guys are interested in growing your business, you guys can start implementing some of these things. And if you guys are already implementing some of these things, maybe I was able to point out something for you today that stood out, that somehow, some way is going to help you guys become stronger, more successful photo booth business owners. So if you guys are watching this on the YouTube channel right now, I'm going to go ahead and leave 10 minutes of just open-ended questions, or just questions in general regarding the photo booth industry. Let's go ahead and dive into those questions right now. Everyone watching here on Instagram, if you guys want to come over to the YouTube stream, it's live right now. You guys can go ahead and post your questions. We have Rudy, Thunder 360. We have Sam. We have Unico 13. We have Elite 360. If you guys want to go ahead and post your questions, thank you, Rudy. Thank you for hitting the like button. Go ahead and post your guys' questions. I'll spend about 10 minutes here with you guys to see how much help I can be with any questions that you guys have that are relevant to the photo booth industry. So yeah, please feel free to post your questions and I'll go ahead and start addressing them immediately. Okay. Let's see. Hey, David, Google keeps on asking me redo my Google authentication. I've done it 3 times and it lasts about a couple of weeks, and then that does it again. Do you know what I can do to fix that? I've had a couple of hiccups with the Google campaigns. What's really nice about Google, if you go to help, you can actually get a representative that won't charge you to meet up with you. And so usually the way it works is they do Google Meets. So you can actually plan something with your agent on your Google business. I'm sorry, Google. I keep on getting confused with the Google business and Google campaigns. Your Google campaigns page, if you go to help, you can book a meeting with a Google agent, Google specialist. Or usually, I think, given their accent, they're from like the India area, but they're very helpful. Like they'll get on a call with you and you can share your screen with them and they can tell you, okay, fix this, change that. And that's helped me, guys. And like I said, you're already paying money. You're already paying money for these campaigns. You're spending a good amount. I'm spending a good amount of money. And so, yeah, go ahead and reach out to Google on that. They have Google representatives that'll help you out with that, especially because they want to make sure that you stay with them and continue to spend money on the Google campaigns, because that's how they're making all of their money. So yes, reach out to the experts and then let them know, hey, for some reason, my Google campaign keeps getting flagged. What can I do differently? And they'll walk you through the process, which is amazing. Thunder 360 writes, where is the best way to contact you for Mr. Professional? Go ahead, Ivan. So when you guys are on the website for Mr. Professional, on the website, guys, and I'll go ahead and share the link right now with you guys. There's a link there that allows you to book a 15-minute call with me. And then within those 15 minutes, I'm going to answer all of your questions regarding Mr. Professional DSLR photo booth. You guys can book using this link right here. This is the link that's going to take you guys to where you guys can fill out the time and date that's best for you guys to meet. And then we'll go ahead and jump on a phone call and get all of your questions answered. All right. So if you guys are interested in a DSLR photo booth, that's the business right there. We have another question coming from Arlette Lorenzo. What do you think is better to start off with, Mr. Professional or a 360 booth? All right. I love both booths, and you can make money with both booths. Okay. Mr. Professional DSLR booth is a complete different production from a 360 booth. They're both great. What I would do is, you see, if I was a straight up salesman and I didn't really care about anyone, I just wanted to make money, I can easily say, get Mr. Professional DSLR booth. That's the best investment you can make. But here's the way that I would approach it. If you were if Arlette was my brother and I needed to give him straight up information from a bias free place, I will tell you, Arlette, do the research in your area. If there are already a lot of people with the 360 booth, but you notice when you go on their website, none of them are really offering the DSLR booth, then this is a good way for you to go in there and really capitalize on a DSLR photo booth production, because the folks are only offering a 360 booth. So what I would do is I wouldn't want to go in there and compete with them on a 360 booth production. I would rather go in there and offer people high premium services printouts using a DSLR booth, such as Mr. Professional booth. That's the way that I would approach it, because as you guys can see, I'm spending money on campaigns to get my business in front of as many people as possible. By the way, something that I left out is that campaign was strictly targeted at Orange County. So I have campaigns for specific counties with specific keywords and titles and photos. So just note that as well. But that's a really good question, Arlette. Go ahead and check out the website for more features and benefits when it comes to Mr. Professional DSLR booth. I'll go ahead and put the link here in the chat for you guys. But that's the way that I would approach it. I would, in my heart, I wouldn't feel right telling you you should get Mr. Professional over a 360 booth. I much rather you provide a solution to people in your area and capitalize on that solution. So in this situation, I'm saying if everyone already has a 360 booth and they're using cheap iPad booths to capture photos, then this is when you can come in, charge more for a DSLR photo booth experience. I hope that that kind of makes sense as far as where I'm coming and what angle I'm using, Arlette. So if you guys like that answer, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Like I said, this is a non-bias. This is just based off an experience and just me wanting you guys to succeed, because you guys are here right now interacting with me, which means you guys care about your business and I care about my business. And this is the way that I can give back to the community, is getting on these calls here with you guys and just trying to sprinkle as much experience as I can onto those folks that need some of this insight. And then some of the folks that are already doing this, consider some of the things that I'm doing that are actually working. Next question is, hey, David, I just got my printer and I am trying to figure out how to charge for prints. Do you charge by the hours or number of guests at the event? It's a combination of two, Sam, but at the end of the day, you want to make it extremely easy for your client to a point where if they book for 2 hours, and it doesn't matter if they have 200 people or 400 guests, for me is just have that flat rate for them. When folks start doing a bunch of different add-ons, one, it's going to be complex for you, because on your website, you need to make all those add-ons in an individual fashion where you definitely have to itemize it. And so then when you send out the invoice or the contract, it all ties in, and it's like, to me, it's a headache. So I much rather have bundles. And then within those bundles, everything comes included. So just make it as easy as possible, Sam, for your client when it comes to these benefits, okay? All right, next question. Arlette writes, thank you. I've been really motivated ever since I met you at the 40th birthday party you did a couple of weeks ago. All right, Arlette, I don't remember which specific 40th birthday, but I'm glad we're doing it, man. What's up, Mondo? It's good to have you here, Mondo. We're going to be logging off pretty soon, Mondo. I know your experience, but if you have any questions, go ahead and post your question, Mondo. We covered some pretty good numbers, some analytics within my business. So if you want to circle back, Mondo, to this video later, you won't miss out on that stuff. And I know you're trying to get into Google campaigns more, Mondo. So I feel like the first 10 minutes of this specific live stream is going to be beneficial for you, brother. If you guys have any other questions, I'll go ahead and stick around for another 2 minutes. So everyone here on Instagram, if you guys come on over to the YouTube, if you guys already subscribed, you guys should be able to join the live, no problem. I'll stick around for another couple of minutes. And then from this point on, I'll go ahead and start diving into my to-do list. Of course, this was part of my to-do list here today. So if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and post them right here on the chat. We have Jacqueline. Jacqueline writes, hey, I saw one of your videos where you said we could use pics for your website for ours until we have our own. Does the offer still stand? Jacqueline, if you visit the links that I placed here in the chat, it'll take you to the photo booth store. There are plenty of different marketing content that you guys can use. If it's a 360 booth, I recommend the Killer Deal. The Killer Deal comes with high quality videos you guys can chop up and make them your own. You guys can add your own logo. But here's the important part for me to know is that when you guys are posting photos and videos that you guys are buying, make sure you guys are doing everything in your power to create a good experience. Because if the videos look killer, your marketing content looks killer, and then you show up to the client's event and your 360 videos, they're not calibrated. You either have not enough light or too much light. Your clients are not in frame. You guys are not messing with the exposure. Your videos are shaky. It's a misrepresentation. So of course, you guys can use my content to market your business, but I want you guys to also really focus on your craft because it's a reflection of your business. Every production that goes out, every video that gets airdropped onto the guests and they post it on social media, that's a footprint of your business. And it's gonna help you in many ways. If your videos are really nice, they're gonna do the marketing for you in that sense. So it's very important, guys, that you actually spend time in the comfort of your home, your garage, your storage, wherever it is, and get really good at capturing these videos, okay? Get really good at getting these photos properly exposed. Have integrity and just do the best that you can. And that's what I wanted to put out there because I take a lot of time in creating these promo videos, but it's like I said, it's important for you to also have the end result where the client is so amazed that they're going to give you guys reviews. Google reviews are still heavy. They still really, they matter to a high degree. So continue getting those Google reviews. The algorithm loves that. All right, let's see here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and continue seeing what else we got. Jacqueline, that was a solid question. We got C-Ken. Does a DSLR booth via iPad booth make a difference when it comes to print quality? Oh, it makes a crazy difference. Everyone right here on the chat, we got 12 photo booth business owners on the chat. If you guys can just do this, just type in the letter A if you guys went from an iPad booth to a DSLR booth and notice the significant quality and the difference when it comes not only to the digital transfer, but the photo actual printout. You guys will notice that once you guys go from a cheap iPad booth, and don't get me wrong, iPad booths could still make you money, but at the end of the day, guys, we have to stay relevant and we have to become that premium company with the premium production, and we want to have that output, which is why I quickly transferred over to the DSLR booth and I sold my iPad booths because my plan wasn't to do the drop-off concept. My plan was to have an actual individual representing my company, getting better at what they do, pumping up the client, making sure the client's making eye contact with the lens, making sure they are directly in frame, making sure the props don't get stolen or misplaced. And so I wanted to build a business and bring people on board to help me with my mission. Which is why I can tell you that the DSLR photo booth right now is probably going to be the best investment for you. And after that, select a software that's really going to complement your mission. And so I like a couple of different softwares because they're always up when it comes to the latest and greatest technology and innovation. So that's who asked me that question? I think it was C-Ken. Yeah, C-Ken. So I would definitely say once you move on to a DSLR photo booth, you'll notice the print quality. In fact, the larger the photo, like the 6x4, the more details you get to see of how beautiful that looks. Odin writes, which platform is better for to advertise on, Instagram or Google? I tried both of them, Odin. I love the way Google works. I love the way that Google has the data capture that use that data then to help the algorithm find you leads that are higher qualified and are more likely to click on your ad versus Instagram, where you just choose a zip code, a couple of keywords, and it just targets a radius. I like Google because it tracks so much information and then it holds that information so that when you create a secondary campaign, you can use some of those findings, some of those statistics, some of that data to help with your next campaign. So I much rather go with Google and spend money on Google campaigns versus using Instagram Boost. Yeah. And definitely do this, guys, as you guys are paying Google, running Google campaigns, make sure that you are tracking the traffic like I showed you guys earlier in this video. But most importantly, make sure that you're directing people to a place where they can actually see the pricing, or maybe some of the pricing, not the entire pricing. You can do something like 360 booth starting at $490. Okay, you can do that. That way they can kind of get an idea of like, well, that's within my budget. Let me learn a little bit more. Let me submit some information. And this is when they contact you via contact form. So I hope that helps, Odin. Thank you. And then we have Thunder 360, right? Your content is fire. Thanks, Ivan. Appreciate you. We have a couple more questions, guys, and then so go ahead and post your questions, then I'll be outies. Also, if you guys can help your brother out by hitting the thumbs up button here, hitting the like, that's also amazing. Jacqueline writes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Just looking for a few, so I have something for my site till I get bookings, then I'll take them down. I appreciate your time. Yeah, guys, use my marketing content to your benefit. We got Danielle. What do you do to collect reviews? I use I go on Canva. I put in my Google. So when you guys have a Google My Business, you can go to get reviews. It'll give you a link. You can convert that link into a QR code. And so all of my uniform shirts on the back, they have a QR code. I have these, what do you call those? The things that go around your necks. What are they called? I think like kind of like a placard. There's a name for it. I can't think of the name right now, but I printed out the QR code, and my photo booth attendants have a badge with them, and it's a QR code. And then if they have a good engagement, they'll ask the client for a review. The client will leave them a review. So some of my photo booth directors are averaging 2 to 3 reviews per event. And they also understand that these reviews that they're getting are going to be performance metrics. So when it comes time for evaluation, we tie that into it. So there's a couple of contributing factors that are going to help them with their upcoming, I guess you can call it pay raise, okay, or promotion. And so that's just the way that I'm running my business right now, guys, because the team is growing gradually. I think right now it's safe to say that we are at 6 members from being at 5 a few weeks ago. Okay. Yes. So Arlette writes, I want to make sure I didn't skip a. Arlette writes, do you use Snapic? I use Snapic and I use booth.events. Arlette writes, which printer do you recommend? I recommend the 620A over the RX1HS. The RX1HS is a little heavier. Yeah, it's just a tad bit slower, not a significant difference, but it is heavier, which means you can actually add more prints to it. However, when I'm on site, I like how sleek this D620A is. The printer, it's a lot smaller, it's more compact. It really looks sexy next to Mr.Professional DSLR photo booth. Mondo writes, David, something we've been doing is when you can remember posting your couple in an anniversary video, they eat that up. They're already posting stuff from their big day. So they're yeah, absolutely. So going back to what I said earlier, so the point Mondo brings is, yes, if you guys want to target weddings and you guys are already at a wedding, you guys are providing your services, put a highlight video together for the groom and the bride, and then use that same highlight video for your business. It's just a win-win for everyone. Armando also writes, which means new eyes on us, our business. Yep, anything you guys can do, because it's all about getting maximum exposure. No matter what business, what product you are selling, it's about getting maximum exposure, which is why I made this video today, because it talks about how much money I'm spending and how much exposure I'm getting, and depending on that exposure that I'm getting, what has the highest conversion and where am I at as far as conversion rates go. So this is the reason why I wanted to sit down together real quick and share this information here with you guys. Okay. Deluxe 360, if you want to come over, right over, brother, to the YouTube channel. But yes, I think lanyard, there you go. Rahul helped me out. It's a lanyard. Yeah, so we have lanyards, and then we have the QR code so that the photo booth attendants can get a ton of reviews on Google. Okay, guys. Let's see here. BVZ, thank you for your videos. They're all very helpful. Just doing my job, man. Yep, Mondo, it's called the lanyard. Thank you guys. It was right there, but it wasn't quite there, you know. So Danielle writes, thanks for the info on your reviews. Awesome tip. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm here. This channel was designed to take you guys on a journey here with me, and this is me documenting my entire life. So one day when whatever happens, I can look back at it and just be like, that was a very fun chapter in my life. Thunder 360 photo booth. Let's go. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. And anyone here that owns a photo booth business that helped me out by hitting the like button because you got some value out of it, that's a expression of gratitude. Because on my end as a creator, I can see that what I shared here today with you guys is going to make a change if you guys apply it, right? So Arlette writes, what do you think is the most challenging thing in this business? The most challenging thing in this business is the same thing that's the most challenging in life, and that's getting out of your comfort zone. Allow this business to get you out of your comfort zone, okay? And when you change, your business will change with you. So I hope that information helps you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, continue to create, and also, guys, always focus on flipping things around. Every action that you take, every response, every email that you send out, always put yourself on the other end and say, as a receiver, how would I feel when I read this? How would I feel when I hear this out? Same thing when I give my photo booth directors feedback. Sometimes in the past, when I was a manager for other jobs, I would be very blunt, and I thought that that was effective. But then I realized too that it's just very important that you learn each individual and their way of communication, and always try to also understand their language of love so that they can feel appreciated in your business. Because at the end of the day, these people are part of your life, part of your business. So it's important that we have a tight line communication. So go ahead and leave it at that. And the stream is going to be going live in probably in about an hour from now. So once I hit end stream, it goes in through this this process where it uploads, and then it makes it public, and then everyone here on the chat, you guys will be able to see this video from the very jump, from the very beginning. Okay. You're welcome, Kevin. Absolutely, guys. Thank you for hitting the like button. Right now we have 11 photo booth business owners and 11 likes. That's 11. That's my cue to let you guys go and focus on yourselves. Take care. Peace.